Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is GAU TV, and I'm your host, Paul Walumbe. I'm right here in Garissa University's library of the visual room, and I'm having a candid interview with Garissa University Student Council. And right here, I have 5 members who are present, starting with the Welfare Director, Mr. James Kipkorir. Then we have the Entertainment and Sports Director, Mr. Mustafa Nur Shafi, and the Academic Director, Mr. David Murigi. We also have the Secretary General, Mr. Dixon T. Onyango, who is present. Then we have the Chairperson, Mr. Ibrahim Gay. Madam Zalifa is a bit late, but will join us shortly. And the Finance Director is out for an educational trip. So today, basically, we are going to address some of the issues that are affecting we as students. That's why we call up this meeting and rather an interview whereby we have all the leaders. So to start with the Welfare Director, Mr. James Kipkorir, there has been this issue of the mess congestion. You know, the mess is very, very congested. And I do understand that there has been a previous regime whereby we also had the Welfare Director. So what can you put into this mess thing? Because we cannot move on that way.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Walumbe, for your nice question. And to respond to that question, in recent, you realize that in that place called mess, there is a lot of congestion. And in resolution to that, in my regime, I have to inquire and demand for 2 or more serving points, because actually that is what brought congestion.
Okay, talking of 2 or more serving points, I think we had raised that issue before.
Yes.
And I even saw that there are some holes that have been put there in the mess. So how far is that going on?
So,
and also to put that on aside, we also have some issues like electricity, we have Wi-Fi problems, we also have dispensary, because you are not only confined in the mess, you are also in charge of the dispensary. And also, since we came here from first year, there has been no change of diet.
Okay, so now let me first complete answering on the issue of congestion. So the issue is, during that regime, they actually started, but that project of completing 2 serving points was never accomplished. Planning, that was actually planning. So now, in my regime, it will be only implementation. I have met the planning director and told me that was actually planned. They have planned now. So now the issue is, I talk with the department concerned and inquire for that machine, because already it has been planned and it should happen as created. So now on the issue of Wi-Fi, during my assessment, you realize that the Wi-Fi poor working is the problem that was created by the comrade itself. You find that the router is placed at a specific point to be used by all the comrades. But now, those can say allied computer students come and vandalize the Wi-Fi. Hence, during that vandalization now, it paralyzed the whole Wi-Fi system. So now, in my regime, I'll ensure, and we have talked with the ICT director, and he has told me that the solution is to come when we sit down and plan. The plan is this. Those students need only switches, attending switches, and then now, so that they can actually leave the one that is used by the most comrades. Only when we bring switches is the solution to that, because you can't actually call that one an indiscipline case, because maybe these are research institutions. So you can't condemn a comrade, maybe that is what they are discovered. So now the issue is this: we just bring switches, and only the work of the concerned person is to justify or have the cable and just connect to wherever he or she.
Okay, apart from welfare director, who has answered questions very well, so let's head on to the entertainment and sports director, Mr. Shafi Noor. So there has been this issue of minimal co-curricular activities. Actually, these are some suggestions from students that other universities are participating in KUSA League for even more than twice a semester. But for our case here, we only participate once. So what can you do to curb that situation?
Okay, for now, join Power recently, so tumeshaingia kwa KUSA League, tunaanza kuparticipate, ndo tuna ini yetu ya kwanza. So with time tutaendelea hivyo, tuna participate maybe twice, maybe or thrice. So najua there's a first time for everything. So as time goes on, na make sure tumeparticipate more into leagues and other competitive games kama tournaments like the one in Kenyatta University, Strathmore, Zita, etc.
Yeah. Is it an assurance ama ni?
Yeah, it's an assurance. Me myself, ni sportsman, nachezaga rugby. So hata mimi napendaga game yenye iko competitive. Hakuna haja ucheze game kwa field, upractice alafu ukose kwenda participate na compete. Raha ya kucheza game ni kushinda sometimes.
Okay, apart from that, pia kuna hii issue na talents. These are university and we have disparities. Kuna msemo mwingine anaenda like kwa kachop, then kuna mwingine like they are hands on mazee, wajamaa kwa talented. So like what will you be doing to ensure that these talents they are not wilted right here in Garissa University?
For now,
currently what we are doing here, this should be a television station. So what can you do to make sure that talents zinakuwa grow, kuna wazee wanaimba, kuna waku dance, kuna nini? How can you do to nurture these talents?
Okay, kitu yenye interest ni apply kwa hii post ni kunaicha hizo talents. Ndajaribu hata nikitumia mouth to mouth ni encourage watu wa grow talents zao, wa form groups, wa form clubs. Alafu ni hizo clubs zitakuwa funded na zitasaidia chuo nao binafsi wata benefit.
Okay. Then kuna issue ya indoor games na virtual games. Hiyo ni muongelea like kwenda KU, hizo ni outdoor games kama kina futa, uji. But what about kina badminton, kuna lawn tennis, kuna hizi PS? We got other institutions like kina Strathmore, wako na PlayStations. But right here in Garissa, these things are owned by individuals. So meaning that when these individuals are gone, it will be shut. So tutafanyaje ndio tupate hizi virtual games and the indoor games?
Nimeona hiyo issue bado ikiwa hiyo issue iko real. Hizi indoor games hazijatiliwa maanani sana. So mimi kama head of games department nitajaribu encourage watu wa form hizo ma team juu. For now team zenye tuko nazo ni badminton ya boys na table tennis ya boys peke yake. Hizo team zingine bado hazija come up. So mi kama games captain na encourage watu watokeleze wa form hizo teams, then tuwatafutie plays zenye wanaweza chezea. Alafu ni make sure that wana participate kwa league. Alafu ni make sure bado wana participate kwa league. So unajua kucheza game bila participate inaga utamu. Lazima watu waende waka represent shule yetu kwingine.
Okay, that has been Mustafa Noor, in charge of the entertainment, docket and sports. In the look of things, when anaongea is a promising guy. So let's give him a try and see what he will deliver. Because there has been this narrative that the institution library do not have facilities. So what are you doing at least to clear up this notion? Because really it's not a notion. When you go to the laboratory, there are no reagents, but the lab attendants are there. So in your power, what can you do to bring back sanity in the laboratory sector?
So thank you very much, Mr. Hamza. Knowing that academic is the backbone of every institution, and practicals are very, very important to the student. So we are going to work very hard with that laboratory technicians to identify those reagents that are needed for students to do practicals, and then if the request shall be sent to the procurement, then they shall order those facilities for us, and at least we shall be having a minimum of 5 practicals within our semester.
Okay, even I think the students' suggestion is not even to have just practicals, but at least to have facilities. Then when we come back to your docket, that's education, we have for their students who are missing marks. Whereby as student goes to the HOD, ask for his marks, the HOD says that, okay, I don't know the lecturer who taught you this unit. So how will you address that? Students are missing marks.
So the issue of missing marks, that is very, very crucial, because they need to graduate lately in 4th year. So I promise them I'm going to follow that issue before the end of the semester, because the last semester watakuwa wanajipanga ku graduate. So I will make sure that we follow that with the help of my team. At the end of this semester, kila result yenye hawana ikuwe imeupdateiwa to the school system.
Then lastly, about this issue of the portal, because I do understand that portals reflects the basic information of a student. But when you go to our portals, they are just human. You cannot even download your fee statement. So what can we expect now that we have a new regime and a new academic director? What will you do to at least bring sanity to the portal?
So portal, the issue of portal, understanding vile portal yetu iko sahihi, iko down sana. So the thing, hata ile forget password, once umeforget password, haina hii part ya kuforget password ndio set ingine. So there is the nimezunguza hapo, niko naingia vizuri. So we are going to work with the ICT student. We have also student wenye wanasoma hapa wako na idea sana kuhusu kutengeneza hizo maportals. So that can be also an opportunity that we can give them to come and show the way how things are supposed to be. So I will make sure that the portals, results zinafaa kuwa kwa portals, results kwa portals, and then finances pia zinafaa kuwa updated with the time kwa portals.
Okay, and about the library, because we do understand that the library, I think, is the central reference of all the research in an institution. But our library do not have even textbooks. Then also the climatic conditions, that is the interior of it. Like it doesn't have ACs, the fans are not working. Totally the environment is unbearable. So what can you do? At least to lure students, before someone goes to a library, you should even have that even passion of going there to do research. But with that unbearable condition, how can students go to the library? And what are you doing now that you are the academic director?
So libraries, vitabu haziko nyingi za kutosha, hatuna vitabu za kutosha. So mtahakikisha kwamba tumepata vitabu zile the most important. Unajua kuna vitabu zile muhimu sana tunataka, hakikisha zimeondwa and then they are arranged in order. And then the library also iko clean sana, ndio at least na computers zikuwa zinafanya kwa library pia. Some of the computers zenye ziko huko hazifanyi, so I'll make sure pia zinafanya. Tutashughulikia maneno na vitabu pia zikuwe arranged in a systematic way that when you are going to search for a certain book, uende kusumbuka sana ndio uipate. So I will also look, hiyo ni library part yenye tuko nayo sasa hivi kushughulika katika nchi.
Okay, thank you so much Mr. Murigi on behalf of the academic students. Further ado, let's send on to the Secretary General, Mr. Dixon. I understand that you have been in the previous regime, and now we do expect much vigor in the current regime also. So, but there has been these issues, like the way, I'm also interested in the way you've been solving issues, because I do know that when you have frustrations to be aired, at least there are some ways that you take. So, what shall we expect in terms of resolving your issues? Because I do understand there is dialogue, there is strikes and whatever. So, like, what shall we expect this time round? Because that's your civic role.
Thank you. Thank you for a good question.
Yeah.
So, according on how to solve issues, I've been in the previous council and we have got a lot of problems when it comes to the administration solving issues.
Yeah.
But this time round with the new team, I won't listen to their reasoning.
Yeah.
We shall demand what is ours and what the comrades' rights are. Comrades are tired of their words, they are tired of their promises, the empty promises. They have been promising us each and every time that they will solve the issues which comrades are facing. But we have waited. Thank God that I am coming the next round. We won't listen to their empty promises. We shall act accordingly.
Okay. Okay, that's a very resilient leader. Okay, apart from solving issues, we also have the way of integrating the government. Because I do understand that we have political differences, even right here in this locality. So how will you now synchronize the government together now that it seems you are in a different political party and the incoming leadership were also in a different political party? And now that you are the Secretary General, you play a civic role in uniting these members of the council. So what will you do to balance both people who never vote you in and those who elected you in? How will you balance them?
Okay, according, there is politics in time and everything goes with time.
Yeah.
So, time for politics is over. It's now let us work for comrades.
Yeah.
Regardless of our differences, ideologies during the politicking time, we want to put aside the differences. I with my team here, everyone is my friend. I have interacted with both of them, and we shall make Gao great again, in spite of our political differences. We shall emulate the national politics, whereby the opposition join the government. So we shall emulate that spirit. We shall work together to make Gao comrades happy.
Okay, well, that has been Dixon Onyango, the Secretary General. And in his absentia, now that the guy is around, the finance docket, chaired by Mr. Davis Muliro, who was away for an academic trip, but now he's now around. So I think we can head on now to you. Okay, Mr. David, there's this issue of the institution bursary. Students are complaining that it's not reflecting in the portal. So, what are you doing concerning that?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. It is very unfortunate that this has happened, and it was one of my agenda that once I take place in that office, I've looked into such issues. So we've been having these issues since the year 2018, and I'm very sure something has gone wrong in the finance office. And we are told the EPR system failed. The ERP system failed. So once this system is installed and put in place so that it functions, I'm very sure we're not going to have such challenges.
Okay, let us hope that it will not remain a narrative. Then the other issue is about the work-study program. The work-study program, it entails students working and get paid.
Yes.
So other institutions are experiencing this, but I think we've not seen such a phenomenon in Garissa University. What are you doing to ensure that also students profit from this initiative?
Okay, thank you, sir. Because to respond to your question, maybe you didn't have enough knowledge or information about the same. But previously, about the work study program, there are those students who've worked in the field. They have been always paid, and no one has ever complained. Maybe in the other areas, which is just a smaller percentage of the larger, whereby we have others who claim to be paid by food, but we want now to initiate them so that they are recognized by the system, so for them to also get salary, not just food, because food is not enough.
Okay. Then about this issue of automation of the academic portal and the finance portal. The moment students pay school fees, I think some always work even during the 11th hour. Maybe a parent has sent you school fees. The last day and the exam is tomorrow. So at least the system should be automated so that it reflects faster. So what are you also doing now that you are the new finance director to at least give the students a leg up that once you are in office, this will be implemented?
Okay, thank you. I don't have enough knowledge about the same, but I'm sure I'll liaise with the concerned personnel so that we get the way forward, and at least make sure that the portal is updated for once, so that whenever one pays school fees, even in the morning, in the afternoon, it will be showing the same.
Okay, it should be even in the immediate second. Okay, that has been good time, the finance director, Mr. Davis. Let's now head to the vice chairperson, the only lady, the young lady, Madam Zaliha. Finance dockets, whereby Mr. Muliro has answered the questions very well. Let's now head on to the vice chairperson. Vice chairperson's docket, that is Madam Zaliha Ibrahim, the only lady in the council. I call her the young lady. So I will ask you about gender. Now that you are the only lady, and it seems ladies, all the Garissa University ladies had a belief in you, they trust. So what do you have for them?
Okay, for the ladies, I've helped them, for example, to be in sports club. They do several activities, and then for them we can open a women organization group only for them to discuss the issues that are burning them in the university, what is disturbing them in the university, so that we can sort everything step by step. And the second and the third thing, that to that gender equality, and also tell them to be active in everywhere that they should be able to the society, to tell other sisters to join the university, because not in Garissa University, but Garissa at large, as women, they are not being stood for. A lot of them, when they finish,
it seems you have a lot of plans for the ladies, so they should expect more from you.
Yeah, they should.
So just to ask you a personal question, at some point do you feel oppressed now that you are the only lady? The council has got 7 members and you are the only lady. Do you feel oppressed at some point now that you're the only lady?
Okay, I don't feel oppressed since the other ladies have chosen me to be their leader. So
you are their mouthpiece, of course.
Yeah. If they cannot talk about themselves, I'm here to represent them at Garissa University at large.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Madam Zaliha. That has been the vice chairperson. Now let's head on to the final one, who is the chairperson, Mr. Ibrahim. Alright, let's now head on to the chairman, Garissa University Student Council, who is also the chair of the entire university. that's Garissa University, you are the president. So I do understand that before you became the president, definitely there was that person who was battling with you. And now that you became the president, definitely the guy becomes the opposition. So just to ask you, will you also include the opposition in your decision-making crew, or will you now abandon them now that they were against you?
Okay, thank you for that good question. As for me, realize that I'm a leader for all first. I serve Garissa University. Any student who is a bona fide member of Garissa University, I must serve them equally. And for my case, opposition, I consider them. I consider opposition. I work with them. We will coexist peacefully with them. So we require each other to work. You know that I can't reach apart. They are there on the ground with us. So I work with them.
Okay. Hope it's not just a narrative.
It's not a narrative.
Okay, and then what are some of the expectations students should have now that you have assumed office? You know, when we reflect to the external government, when the president came into power, he told women that they will have free maternity for the first 100 days. So, like, what can you promise students? For a certain grace period, what should we expect from you?
Okay, thank you. You know, I cannot say that I'll give you an aeroplane, I'll buy this for university. You know, I can't promise that.
Okay.
But for my case, I have two things to work on. One of the things is lab innovations. You realize that I'm a science student, in chemistry, and then there's this simple process called saponification. This saponification aids in soap and liquid detergents making. You realize that this university spends a lot of money, possibly around 50,000 buying these detergents. So as for me, I want to come up with that proposal, that idea, and I'll include all those other students and I have those ideas. So I'll employ the student. The university will give me that tender and produce those soap for them. The university will help me sell this soap to the society. Because that this idea can generate revenue for the university and as for me and other students too. So that's one thing I want to work on.
Okay, then what about some of the, like, I can ask you also the political ambition. Now that you are able to convince the entire student body to vote you in through the delegates, will now your political ambition wilt right here in the institution, or should we also expect you like Babowino to emerge out there and also vie for other top seats in the public domain?
Okay, thank you. That's a very good question too. You realize that this thing I'm not started in this university. This is thing that I started back when I was in high school, primary school. You realize that I was a school head boy when I was in high school. Back in the village, we had this timeline publishers called Northern Frontier Timelines. You realize that I'm a member there. We had this debate of Ngua Macho Mashinani. You realize that we are moving several other things. I was confronted with our MP. Over bursary issues, several other things. Our women representatives were pushing them.
Yeah, you have a vast experience.
A vast experience in those leadership. So I believe this thing had not started here. And it will not be. I will not stop it here again. So it will continue soon, God willingly. I don't know when. But one day, one time, I'll serve my community.
Definitely when you are through in your education. So which position will you vie?
Okay, as for now, I can't promise and say this and this position I'll buy. But I'm sure I can be an MP, God willingly.
Okay, an MP. That is which constituency? So that they get to know that there is an MP who is in the pipeline coming through.
Mwele consistency.
Oh, Monyale constituency. Monyale constituency. Watch out, there is an MP coming here. Okay. So it has been good time to have you guys on Gao TV, and it's great pleasure. We hope that at least you will be spearheading, because we also have a dream at least to have a television station in this institution, and it's better to work through the student leaders. At least it can be a success. So it has been a great time to have you. So if anyone has a comment, suggestion, clarification, or any other thing that we might have locked out, you can say it.